Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to this final day. Right now, it's 8:02 on Sunday, March 20th, 2022. Oh, that's right. Right now, at this very moment, the skies above Pyre is full of shooting stars. It's the loveliest sight I ever behold. So move with R and gaze above the magic above. There's a legend that you can make a wish with A. It'll definitely come true. I don't know how accurate that legend will be, but it'll probably be worth a try. So make a wish if you want. With that, I'll get back to supporting you in your enjoyment of the island. Well, hello, y'all. And welcome back to Animal Crossing. The final day. We got a letter from Evan from Canada. Oh, I've just taken critical damage. You went to the birch? What, did you cut down some trees? I'm joking. Bazinga. Oh, how you hurt my heart. Oh, I am dead. You're going to the beach. It's snowing right now in the real world. Okay, it's supposed to snow tonight. I don't think it's snowing yet, but it will in a few hours. Eek, a ghost. I know you meant beach. Yeah. Which beach? The good beach or the bad beach? Because it really all depends on the coast. Space ghost from coast to coast. Praise be unto Helix. So yeah, here we are. The final day of Animal Crossing. Day 730. Yep. We have played Animal... It's been 730 days. 2 years since Animal Crossing New Horizons released. And I'm done with the game. Like, did I do everything I wanted? Technically, no. Because I did never get all the paintings. Yep, I never got all the paintings. But yeah, I'm not going to stream Animal Crossing anymore. Today is the final day. I've done it, again, with the exception of getting the paintings. Which I really did try. I really did try to get all those paintings. I have done everything else I wanted to do. So today is the final day. Now that does not mean I'm done streaming, I should say. Like, we'll be back on Friday with the new Kirby game. But I'm done with Animal Crossing at least. I've done everything. I've been going for 2 years now. And that's like 700 days longer than most people played it. Or at least a good 670. You know, most people gave up on Animal Crossing after about 2 months. Nope, I stuck with it. What else will we be streaming? We will be streaming Kirby, probably on Friday, because the new Kirby game comes out in a week. I do plan on streaming, what else? What else is... Oh, Pokemon. Pokemon's in the docket at some point. Diamond and Pearl, Legends Arceus, the other one. I don't know which Pokemon, Sword and Shield. Definitely one of the Pokemon games. I don't know which one, but definitely one of them. That's for sure. What else? Oh, Fall Guys, of course. You know, I love me some Fall Guys. So that'll probably be in the future. Hey, Scottish Scorpio, how you doing? Welcome, 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 one and y'all. Oh, what a day, what a joyous day. For we should not be sad today for what is ending, but for what is to come in the future. And no, seriously, I'm ready to be done with Animal Crossing. Like, seriously, I could, like, if I had ended the day on day 100, I probably wouldn't have regretted it. Yeah, I feel like for the past, like, 25 days, I've been just kind of drifting. But, you know, I mean, we got some stuff done. I made that parking lot, and the parking lot looks great. Yeah, I think the parking lot looks really good. Yep. Yeah, I still like it. I think it's nice. Doing okay, kind of bored. It's 2 a.m. Oh my gosh, it is 2 a.m., yeah. Yeah, I get it. I mean, I stayed up till 3 a.m. yesterday just so that I could do just so that I could see the aliens in Animal Crossing one final time. Hey, Zuck, how you doing? Always dig running into you, hashtag. How's things? I get so sleepy when it's dark out. Oh, it's a book. We'll have to go check around to see whose book that is. Oh yeah, it's Viola and Orsino. Oh, look at them. I don't think we've talked to them once this entire season, but yep, they've been there the entire time. As has, yeah, the spider crab. DJ K Rab. Yep. DJ K Rab has been there the whole time. Oh, crispy potatoes! Welcome, welcome to the final day of Animal Crossing. As my island goes away, you got yours back. That's good to hear. What's the catch? Did it, like, get reverted? Did you lose? Like, did they, like, set it back a while so that way you no longer have, my internet is type D, so I can only join people of type A. Huh. That's really strange. So, but you've got your island. I figured, like, oh, your island was going to be, like, rolled back a few months. So you wouldn't be able to join anyone with, like, a new island. Or, like, you would have lost a bunch of progress. But you can only join people with type D internet. Huh. That is strange. Hey, Coco, is this your book? Sorry, but this isn't mine. Oh my gosh, it is actually Zucker's. I almost talked to Zucker about the book, and then I was like, nah, we just talked to him. Hey, Zuck, where'd you go? I know you were over here earlier. You're hanging out with all the other unnamed crabs in Crab Rave. Nat? Nope. I have no idea what Nat is other than a Nat 20. And trust me, I don't have good luck rolling Nat 20s. In all the games of D&D I've played so far, which is only like 3. Nope, not had any good luck. Oh, we brought him back his picture book. A relay tank. Okay, we still have 2 spirits to find and basically all the fossils. So far, I'm not having any luck with the fossils. Maybe... B is the most common. Okay. That's in... Yeah, I don't know any... Like, I honestly... I used to know a lot more about, like, internet back in the day when I was younger. And, like, I had that information. Right? Because, like, I was the one in the family who fixed the Wi-Fi router when it broke. But I've just... Those days are gone past me. I got outclassed eventually. Technology moved faster than I could keep up with. And, you know, it just stopped... And it, like, stopped being a lot of an issue. Because I stopped doing, like, so many tech-related things. Everyone, though, still expects me to be the tech guy. If anyone has a tech problem, everyone still comes to me about it. Even though, yeah, I don't know anything anymore. I used to. Alright, that's the last spirit. Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me finish up this real quick. Nothing here. Are we still missing? We're missing a fossil. Okay. Hey, Wisp. What's up? 25% of your island is flowers. Oh my gosh. It's funny, I cleaned out my flowers the other day, and then there were, like, still, like, 3 or 4 I forgot to clean up. We can get something new or something expensive. Let's get something new. A basketball tank. I'm pretty sure I have that. That's dumb. Alright, give me 1 second. Let me test this stupid thing real quick. Putting you on that screen. Let's see here. Oh, I'm connection type B. I see it right there. Yep. Don't even have to finish it. That's weird that it works that way, though. That is strange. Yeah, I haven't actually heard anyone having those issues before. That is strange, but... Huh. Alright, so we'll make one last sweep around the island. We're still missing 1 fossil. At least I'm pretty sure we're missing a fossil. We got a bottle. A jungle wall, which I already have. So for the final day... Hey, Whitney, how you doing? Let's talk to Whitney real quick. Found the right spot, so I'm taking a quick little rest, sweetie. Okay, Whitney. Today's gonna be the last day I see Whitney and Audie. That's gonna suck. I love them so much. You know, and actually, you know who I'm surprised isn't here? Celeste. I just noticed that. I say today is gonna be the last day of me playing Animal Crossing. That's actually probably not gonna be true. You know, the, what's the thing called? Not commitment bias. The time sink fallacy? Something like that. That says, like, the more time you put into something, the more you are committed to it. I've put 730 days into Animal Crossing. I am committed. So, like, there's a good chance that I'm probably not done with Animal Crossing. Specifically, not until I get the last paintings. I'm probably going to stick around just a little bit longer to get those last 3 paintings I'm missing, and then that's it. And then I'm done. Oh yeah, the dung beetle, you gotta wait until December. I don't know. Maybe Winter Islands might have a dung beetle? I'm not 100% sure on that. You might have to look into that. Hey, Sasha, how you doing? I ate too much fried dough. It made my tummy upset. I used to be stronger. I gotta try harder next time. Okay, Sasha. We're gonna try to talk to every villager today. Oh yeah, I finished the Critterpedia in December of last year. Yep. I finished the Critterpedia and Fishpedia in December. Maybe I finished the Fishpedia in January. Or something like that. The diving one, I finished in, I think, March. March of last year. Basically, around a full year ago is when I finished them. The diving one took forever. Because there's a certain one that, like, when they released diving in summer, there's a certain diving creature that can only be gotten from March to May. So when they released diving in June, it was no longer accessible, and we had to wait like a full year to get it. That one took forever. Oh, here it is. Okay. Yeah, you got your new Switch before the Dung Beetles came out. Yeah. Or, you know, I get what you mean, that it threw it off. Yeah. So, what I want to talk about on the final day is, now that I've played Animal Crossing for so long, what are my thoughts on the game? I did a review back when Animal Crossing, around when year one ended. So around the time I finished year one of Animal Crossing, I sat down and I did a review of the game. It was like I think it was like 2 hours long. I talked about everything, right? As my experience as someone who's put maybe, like, not the most time into the game, but, like, the most consecutive days into the game. I felt confident in sitting down and, like, talking about my experience, you know? Because I did put a lot of time into this game. Again, there are people, I haven't even hit over 1,000 hours. And there are people who have done that. But when it comes to playing the game every day in a row, I've put more time into it than probably, statistically, not anybody else. Statistically, there is one other person who has done it more than me. But I'm pretty damn close. Right? Like there is no, like, buddy keeping, like, a world record track of these things, but I'm up there, that's for sure. I mean, and God, I'm still playing the game 2 years later, but I'm ready to be done. I was ready to be done last month, but we held on for an extra 25 days, and I don't regret it. I just kind of, right, I'm ready for it to be over, is what I should say. I'm ready to move on, I'm ready to play other games, and I'm ready to stream other games. Right, I'm excited to do Kirby later in the week, on Friday. Yeah, no, that sounds like a lot of fun. I'm excited for that. And I'm excited to do other things, in theory. What are those other things? I don't know. Again, we're doing Fall Guys and Pokemon at some point. I mean, Fall Guys is going to return. Because, as you know, I used to have my weekly-ish podcast thing in chat. Which, okay, that may change in the future. But, yeah. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that at a future date. Not right now, though. The beautiful statue is fake, but we know the worthy painting's real. Hey, Audie. Or Whitney. It's finally warmed up, my dear. It's time to get outside. But what should I wear? The weather changes so quickly from one moment to the next. This time of year. Hot, cold. Spring is a fashion conundrum. Yeah, so at the end of the first year of Animal Crossing, I was positive on the game. This Flick refuses to visit. Yeah, at the end of the year, I was very positive. I will admit the game totally has problems, but I still stand by New Horizons is the best Animal Crossing game. The amount of creativity it has, I think, is, like, right, it's very special. That gives it a very special place in the hearts of people. However, I will also concede that while the pandemic helped out Animal Crossing a lot, right, there was that brief 2-month window where everyone was playing Animal Crossing. It also hurt Animal Crossing a lot, because once it was done, it's over. Right? Okay, the pandemic's not over. What I mean is that because nobody had anything else to do, right? We were all just trapped inside our homes as the virus waged on outside, and, you know, I know America gave up like 2 weeks in, but even still, you know what I mean. But, like, because everyone had nothing to do but play Animal Crossing, everyone kind of played a little too much Animal Crossing. Like, I limited myself to about an hour a day. There were a few exceptions to that, but mostly like an hour a day. Whereas some people put 1,000 hours into the game in those first 2 months. Something like that, anyways. People restarted their islands like 3 times in those first few months. And yeah, it's just a lot. It's just a lot. But it happened. But yeah, I did it for a year. Then technically I was still playing the game. I just wasn't streaming it anymore. I was coming in, maybe I was getting the fossils. Maybe I was checking to see if Crazy Red showed up. I was playing the game, but I wasn't really playing it, I was more just like, oh, the game's there. And then they announced the 2.0 update. And I knew the 2.0 update was coming out. And I was like, and I had said at the time, I think this is fake. We'll buy it anyways. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. Yeah, today's the final day. It doesn't matter. Oh, nice. But yeah, at the time, I had said, when the original series ended, I said that if they ever did a big update, I would return. I would return to Animal Crossing if they ever did a big update. And then in, I think, a September Nintendo Direct, they announced an October Animal Crossing Direct, and they also announced that the update would come out in November. And I knew that, okay, so there's my hard date to come back to Animal Crossing. And much like how I did a special video for the original season finale, and how I did a special video for today's finale, when the 2.0 update was announced, I was like, oh, I'm going to do a special video for the premiere of Season 2. Right? That sounds like a good idea, because, I like doing these special, Animal Crossing music video things. And my idea, for this video that never happened, was I was going to parody Watchmen. If you've ever seen Zack Snyder's Watchmen, it has a very distinct opening sequence, and I was going to parody that. That was my idea. And then the update released 2 or 3 days early. Right? It was supposed to come out on November 2nd, and instead I think released on October 31st. Or maybe it was supposed to come out November 5th and it came out November 2nd. So I knew what the finale was going to be. And I had the script and everything ready. But I hadn't actually filmed anything yet. And then when the update came out early, I was like, oh, I better just jump on this immediately. And I said I was going to make that video. Because my plans were to still make that video. But then after about, I think probably a month, maybe as soon as 2 weeks, I was like, oh, I don't know if this is going to happen anymore. And then by the time a month rolled around, I was like, nah, this isn't going to happen. Now, the finale is different. The finale, I know I procrastinated the ending video, but I did finish it, and we'll watch it at the end. Or at least a version of it. A version of the real version of it will go up on my YouTube as soon as the stream ends. But there's an edited version with Twitch copyright free music, because the video's already been spoiler alert, the video's already on YouTube. It just hasn't been made public yet. But yeah, I have to make a copyright free version for Twitch, because yeah, the video's already been copyright striked. Real quick, I want to go in here real quick and show off some things just because I can. So this was the little house area I made for the finale. I think we've gone in here before, but I want to show this off again just so that this doesn't get lost in time or whatever. This is the game show. I made this for a video. Oh, I forgot I had the bubble blowers. Yeah, this was the game show. It really doesn't matter. This is a set that existed. And this was before we had the game show buzzers. The things. Which I only found out about recently. But yeah, that's the game show set. Which I think is fun. If we come back here... we have the party set. This was for one of the What If reviews. The Marvel series What If. Yeah, I made I did all the What If reviews in Animal Crossing. None of them ever came out. I recorded all of them. None of them ever came out. And this was one of the sets. For which episode? Shouldn't be too hard to tell, but it was one of them. Let's see, what else? What else? I don't remember what's in this room. I legitimately don't. I'm assuming it's another set. Oh, it's the bowling alley. Okay, so the bowling alley from, originally Beautiful Visions, and then later on, it showed up in the finale. Yeah, the bowling alley is still here, okay. For some reason, I thought I tore it down. I guess I never did. Still like the bowling alley. Still think it's pretty nice. It's very simplistic, but I like it. And then if we go to the basement, I know what's in the basement. So this is a bar I made also for the What If reviews. This was featured in one of the episodes. Specifically the finale. The season 1 finale of What If. I made a bar set. Because I spent some time on those. For videos that never released. Yeah. And yeah, this was the bar set. It's very simplistic. I like it. Honestly, I almost destroyed it the other day when I was working on, today's finale. And then I was like, nah, I can't bring myself to destroy it. And then we have green screen room. Now, this is actually where I filmed today's finale. It wasn't a green screen at the time. But yeah, this is green screen room. This is all that's left. The green screen was fun. I'm glad. I remember when I figured that out, that would work. And we did some fun stuff with it. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to show off Harv's house one more time. I guess because I put some effort into a lot of these things, and yeah. And it really does show, like, the different, like, the fact that, like, things like the bowling alley and the game show sets still exist. You gave one of your villagers a shower. Yeah, I accidentally gave one of my villagers a golden net. And, he still has... I gave it to Sid, and he still has it. And, so since I'm reminiscing right now, right? I reminisced about Harv's Island. Let's also reminisce about the Happy Home Paradise real quick, shall we? While we're here. Because, yeah, again, I'm talking over my thoughts on Animal Crossing. The Happy Home Paradise is a really nice feature. It's basically a whole new game added to Animal Crossing. And it's a really good one. Right? There was something... I know people liked building houses in Animal Crossing. Right? And they had released a 3DS game. But there was just something special about building houses in this game. As compared... I don't know. There was just something... Maybe it's because of all the quality of life features they added. But there was just something special about building houses in this game. And so them bringing back the Happy Home designer, in this case the Happy Home Paradise, was really nice. Oh look, it's Sprocket? Yeah. And hey, we got DJ KK. Yeah, these music festivals that I don't know what triggers them. But yeah, we did some special things here. I really do think this is a very fun addition. Admittedly, I bought the DLC instead of what's it called? Instead of having Nintendo Switch Online. I don't regret it at all. It was more than worth... I got my fun out of it. I built some fun houses. I built some dumb houses. The DLC is a great... Honestly, the DLC is a huge addition, because it's basically a whole game added to the original Animal Crossing. And for that, I will get... Again, I was positive on the original Animal Crossing. And yeah, a year later, I'm still positive, and one of the reasons is the Happy Home Paradise. Yeah, it costs an extra like $20-25, but I definitely felt like I got my money's worth. And some of these quality of life features, like being able to place the walls, the pillars, the counters. Well, I know not everyone's going to use them, and I definitely didn't take like full advantage of them. I definitely had some fun with them. And like certain houses like the New York apartment or the box room are some of my favorite things. The fact that you can make secret walls in your house is just so cool. I wish more of the features from the Happy Home Paradise had made it back to your home. Like, I like that you can adjust room sizes, and I wish that made it to at least Harv's Island. That would have been nice. I also wish you could, like, throw parties at villagers' houses, where, like you build your villagers a house, and then you could invite other villagers over for, like, a party and a photo shoot. And you could invite other villagers from the Happy Home Paradise. That would have been so nice, and that would have saved me so much time. Like, honestly, like, I've done, right, 2 or 3 AMVs for Animal Crossing, right? Doing machinimas. If I could use the Happy Home Paradise, I would have so many more options. Because if we pull this out... Because for the original finale, I had to get amiibo cards to do everything. But look at all these villagers we would have. Look how many options I would have for making houses. And for doing these, like, AMV things. But nope, I'm still limited to amiibo cards. But we made some good houses, you know? Like, just taking a look around. Yep, I like that one. Showroom's the website thing. Oops, I didn't mean to open that. I was like, what's showroom? Oh, come on. And I can't back out until it takes us here. Oh my god, look at some of these people, man. Meanwhile, mines are just super simple. But yeah, let's look. I know I've done this before, but yeah, let's just take a quick overview. Like, honestly, I don't think I start very strong. Some of these early houses, like, there's some like, this is an okay idea. The bicycle studio, that's not bad. But, like, a lot of these houses are very simple. Oh god, I love that picture so much. I remember that one being okay. I remember that one being okay. And this one I think is pretty good. Because it's basically just our cafe we built. This one I like. I just like the idea of a pizza party HQ. That's very fun. It's a very simple house, but I like the idea a lot. Nan's Luxury Hotel I think is very good. TV that's shaped like an apple. Again, some generic houses. This one's okay. These, like, some of these just feel very cluttered. Like, this one, it's just rock stuff. This one, it's just robot stuff. You know, like, there's not actually much going on here. Audie and Whitney's house I really do like. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's definitely up there. It's just a very modern house that's, I think, is really cute and really fun. Very simple, but I love the fact that you can move villagers in together. The fact that I could give both Audie and Whitney a house is very special to me. Because, you know, they got married in episode 200. And I think we were hundreds of days in, 600 plus days in at this point. And we were finally able to get them together and moved in on a house. It's just very nice. This room, House of Cardboard, is also maybe my favorite. Because it's a little dinky cardboard house. But then there's a hidden wall that's just a room filled with boxes. I love it so much. My piece of the big city, the New York style apartment that's literally like a 2x4 room. So good. Great British Bake Off's not bad. Art Studio's not terrible. I'm glad we got a chance to give a house to the worst villager in the game. That was something I wanted to do, and I'm glad I was able to do that. The Chair Emporium's really nice, and it got us access to the Froggy chair. The Star Model Showcase I also think is pretty good. CJ and Flick's home, which was day 700. That was a special day, and I think that was day 700. Maybe it was day 100. I don't remember. It was special either way, and I really do like that house. And yeah. I felt like Judy's recital hall was also pretty good, and Scoot's pool was also pretty decent. Like, not all of these houses are great, but there are some good ones in here. There are some ones I'm very happy with. There's also a lot of generic ones, like Stitch's house. Very generic. Let's find another one. The Music Room. Very generic. The Office. Very generic. But there are some ones I really like in there. I'm very, like, I know it's a mixed bag of, like, stuff I like versus stuff I don't, but I'm very satisfied with the stuff I like. It allowed me to make some good houses. And then we have the shops and whatnot. So we have the clothing shop. Still one of my big disappointments is that we don't have mannequins in the game. Mannequins are such a cool feature. And I know we have, like, some things, like, right, like, we have these special, like, mannequin-esque things. But the fact that there's no mannequins in the game still disappoints me. I think this shop is okay. It's very tight. It's, like, space-wise, it's very tight. And it's based on, at least in principle, it's based on the game Recettear. I think it's okay. It's a very tight space, though. I probably could have done that better. If I could go back and change it, I probably would. You know, at least add a little more to it. Then we have, in here, Edgy Pancakes. I love this joke so much. Like, I know we updated it at one point to make it a little better. I still love this joke so much. Edgy Pancakes. And then we finally got the ability to use actual pancakes. Yeah, Edgy Pancakes is still one of my favorites. I love the joke so much. And I don't remember what the back kitchen looks like. Oh, okay. It's whatever. I still love the joke of Edgy Pancakes, though. I still think it's a very solid, funny joke. Funny enough, anyways. Because the original video still makes me laugh. Then let's see, if we come over here... We did the school. Oh my gosh, I actually forgot about the school for a minute there. I was going to head to the hospital. Yep, here's the school. It's an okay school. Admittedly, part of the reason I got rid of Turtle School on the island was because we had this school instead. And I think the school is okay. I think it's an okay school. It's kind of cluttered, and it is kind of based on Turtle School, but I think that's fine. I like the chalkboard. That was a nice addition. That I was only ever able to find half the pieces for it. I mean, I know you can buy them from Wardell, but I never did. Then we have the hospital. I don't actually remember what the hospital looks like at all. I know there's a big waiting room, I think. Yeah. An absolutely huge waiting room. A small reception chair. The little kids play area. I actually don't think that looks terrible. Like, it's got a lot going on, but I don't think it looks bad. And then we have the doctor's office, which is, yeah, kind of simple. And it was nice that we did update it to get Petrie as the doctor. Because that just makes sense, you know? Oh, and look, it's even looking at Stitch's x-rays. Nice. Yeah, this room's okay. Honestly, I think the hospital's fine. Honestly, most of the buildings we built are fine. Like, I'm actually happy with most of them. Like, yeah, the houses, I think, are hit and miss. But the actual, like, buildings, no, they're good. The shop's probably the worst one. And that's just because I put too much stuff in it. Probably. And it's got no coherent theme. Like everything else has a coherent theme. Except for the shop. The shop's selling a little bit of everything. And then we end up at the restaurant. Our cafe, I mean. The cafe is called Orange because it's based off of Cafe Lemon, which is the cafe in Squid Girl. Yep, that's what this cafe is based off of. Squid Girl. Fantastic anime. So yeah, I think the cafe looks good. And then this upstairs, I know we never updated it, even though we could. I like the idea of the upstairs. Oh, is Carmen looking at her? No, she's looking at Bobbert. I know there's Carmen's photo. I like this idea for this upstairs, where it's got all of our villagers together. And we've got some past villagers. We got everyone currently living. And then just the walls are studded with everyone who ever we made a home for on the Happy Home Paradise. I think that's very nice. I really do like this room. Yeah. No, there's just something special about it. It's simple, but I like it. I always meant to come back in and update it once we finish the Happy Home Paradise. It's no big deal. The point still stands. Did I say Squid Game? I meant Squid Girl. I did say Squid Girl, right? Did I say Squid Game? I meant Squid Girl. The anime. Because Squid Game is Splatoon. Actually, there was a Splatoon Squid Girl crossover in the first Splatoon. Didn't make it into the second Splatoon for some reason. But yeah, it was in the first. But yeah, no, I really like I think the Happy Home Paradise was a great addition to the game that added so much you could do. So many new things, so many good houses, some good other, right, the fact that you can build a hospital and whatnot. And I like that so many of the quality of life features then carried over to the game itself. So like, oh, you got the pillars, the walls, the lighting. You can redesign villagers' houses, which we only ever use to give Audie and Whitney a wedding ring. You said both Squid Game and Squid Girl. Oh, did I? I didn't even notice. That's funny. I meant Squid Girl, the anime. But yeah. So what about everything else added in the 2.0 update? Well, Brewster's is a nice addition. For months, I was one of the people saying that while Brewster is a cool addition to the game, Brewster alone would not save the game. Right? A lot of people were acting like Brewster was like the missing piece. And when Brewster was... Because, right, that Animal Crossing New Horizons was a bad game, and that once they added Brewster, it would all of a sudden become a good game. I think those people were wrong. First, in the assertion that Animal Crossing is a bad game. It's not. And secondly, that Brewster would save it. Right? That's wrong. No. But it was a nice addition. I really do like how they implement... I wish the cafe was its own building. I really do. I don't like that it's attached to the museum. I wanted more... In general, I wanted more buildings. I wanted to be able to make a city. That would have been very nice. And, like, have the option of, like, which buildings to build or not. Like, if I could have given Crazy Red a permanent shop that I built that allowed him to do 4 paintings every day, I would have loved that. But it didn't work out that way. Instead, we got the co-op, which I talk about, right, things like Brewster didn't save the game. The co-op might have on Harv's Island. That's huge. The fact that every day you can go and get a new painting. That once a week Sahara restocks rugs. Leaf restocks plants. The fact that you can... The biggest one that I barely used was Reese and Cyrus. The fact that you could get, like, an item. And, like, that has, like, different variants. Like the Godzilla statue. The Godzilla statue's normal variant is, like, it's per island. So on one island, it'll be brown. On another person's island, it'll be red. And you can only get that one variant on your island. To get the other variant, you had to trade. Right? So I have my natural Godzilla statue is brown, but I traded somebody else to get a red variant. Reese and Cyrus just allow you to get whatever variant you want. And while I never really took advantage of it, I think that was a huge feature. That was a massive change that had so much potential. Katrina, with good fortune, it was very hit and miss, but there are, especially because most of the fortunes really didn't do anything, but every once in a while you'd get good belongings, and that'd give you like a shooting star island. And that was really cool. Getting a shooting star island always felt kind of special, you know? And that takes us to the Captain Islands. I think the Captain Island, because the normal, not Nook Islands, the Dodo Islands. Very generic. I mean, there are a few rare islands, like Shark Island and whatnot. But they actually cut a lot of them. Like, there used to be, like, a Blue Flower Island that I don't think is in the game anymore. There's the Spider/Tarantula Island. Or the Scorpion/Tarantula Island. Which I only ever found a single time. I definitely feel like with these new with the Captain Islands, you find rarer islands a lot more frequently. Like, I found the Shooting Star Island probably at least half a dozen times. And it's always been a cool find. Right? Whereas I've gone through over 100 Nook tickets, and I've only ever seen a single Tarantula Island. No, the Captain Islands are so much better. You can only do one a day, but that makes them just a little bit more special, and they usually have better rewards. And you don't have to go and buy a stupid ticket. You can just talk to Captain, and he'll just pay, right? And he'll just let you do it. The Captain Islands are what the Nook Island should have been, or is what the Dodo Island should have been at the game's launch. If I'm just being completely honest, the Captain Islands are what it should have been. And they are a great addition. They allow you to catch bugs and fish out of season. Right, so, like, if there's a bug or fish, with maybe the exception of the dung beetle. That's literally the only one I can think of. That you, and I might be wrong on that. You might totally be able to catch a dung beetle on a snow island. That's totally possible. It allows you to get DIY materials out of season. So, like, if you want to get, like, acorns, DIY recipes. Like, whenever you get a Shooting Star Island, you're guaranteed a star DIY recipe. That's great. That's so helpful when trying to complete the decks for, like, DIYs you're missing. Because it guarantees you one of that type. That's so useful. It's a great feature. The Captain Islands are fantastic. Like, I did them every day. I mean, that just shows you. I used to want to do, like, Dodo Islands every day. Not possible. They just got boring. Captain Islands, sure, they're a little predictable, but they were fun to do every day. They were still an important part of the schedule. Gyroids got added into the game. I always wanted to do more with gyroids, and I just never did. Like, yeah, I know our upstairs has gyroids eating pancakes, and I think that's funny. But, like, other than that, I really just didn't do anything with gyroids. There just wasn't really, like, at least I never really did much with them. I wish there was, like, a museum for gyroids. I really do wish there was a gyroid museum. Because I would have loved that. So that way I could, or even if I could make my own. Like, if the museum added, like in New Leaf. New Leaf, allowed you to make your own museum exhibits. I wish that was back. Because I would have totally made my own museum exhibits. With gyroids and whatnot. That would have been super fun. But yeah. What else got added in the new updates that I think is good? The new villagers? I like a lot of the new villagers. Petrie, I mean, Judy was already in the game, but having her amiibo card's nice. Petrie, Sasha, oh god, who else? Let me just real quick look at these. Petrie, Sasha, Shino, Cephalobot, Ion, Marlowe. I think Marlowe's pretty cute. Yeah, there was all of the new villagers. Those were really nice. I did buy a few amiibo cards. Yes, that did happen along the way. Yeah, I got some okay pulls. You know, I didn't get Raymond, but it's not like I wanted Raymond in the first place. But I got Dom, I got Audie, and I got Sasha, who moved onto the island. Yeah. Okay, we can trash the beautiful statue. Yeah, no, I think I do definitely, so with my thoughts on the update, I do think the update really improved things. It really, I'm not going to say it fixed every problem. Because, things like, multi-crafting should be in the game. That just should have been in the game like a month after release. It should have been in the game at launch. But like it should have been within like a month of release. They should have realized their mistake and added it in. The fact that it's still not there, it's a shame. And there's a lot of little quality of life features like that. I'm disappointed there's no 2-year anniversaries cake. You know, there was a special cake for the 1-year anniversary. I'm disappointed there was no 2-year anniversary cake. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, no, I think all the new features and additions and whatnot are pretty good, right? I mean, I finally got to make my dispensary. This was something I had wanted to do since the very beginning, and finally in the 2.0 update it became possible. And I love how this thing looks, man. Okay, it's not perfect. I love our basement looks so good, though. The basement is probably the best room in the house. The living room is decent. This parking lot. I saw when the new update that they added to these vehicles, and I was like, I should make a parking lot. And I made a parking lot. Farming. Let's go to farming real quick. Farming is a feature that, right, they experimented around with because they added pumpkins very early on. I feel like this should have... Because one of the problems that I would say is that when it came to the release of these updates, they did the first few updates that added things like diving and pumpkins and whatnot, paintings. But then that was it. Then the game really didn't get updated for like a year until the 2.0 update. And I do think that's a problem. The fact that the game didn't get updated for like a big update for almost a year was definitely a big problem. But now that we have the update, and we've had the update for 125 days now, it's not a problem anymore because it's all here, right? Like, crops should have been in the game since probably like October, but more than just pumpkins. They should have all been added in like October of 2020, but they instead got added in November of 2021. And now that they're here, yeah, no, I can't complain. I mean, admittedly, I built this vegetable garden and then barely used it, but I did use it, and I do think it's a good aesthetic to the island, because this was something I wanted to do as soon as they announced pumpkins coming to the game. I was like, oh, I want a vegetable garden, and I did, and I think it's okay. We have our statue. Let's see, anything else? And honestly, I think that the dispensary and the vegetable garden are the only two big changes to the island we made. I mean, the mountain didn't change at all. The Tomb of the Unknown Villager is still here. Maybe we remember those who have left the island, those who have been lost, but never forgotten. But yeah, no, the mountain really hasn't changed. I mean, most of these moonflowers were there at the end. But like, the island itself hasn't really changed all that much. Villagers have moved in, villagers have left. We lost oh god, we've lost so many people. We lost Nan, we lost Marina, we lost Lucky, we lost Carmen, and I think Phyllis lived here for like a brief like minute or two. We lost, I don't remember who used to live here. Somebody used to live here. Hey Sid, let's chat. After a walk, I like to throw back nice mint tea. Holy apple, let's get one together sometime. Oh, Sid, did you invite me out for drinks? That sounds wonderful. I saw Cousin Pietro over here. No matter how I try, I can't have more than one Anglo vest. Oh, okay. So he gave us a vest. I'm glad we were... Like, Pietro was originally like a joke, right? Oh, he's my cousin. He's in my dreams. It was cool that I was finally able to find Pietro once Nan left. And I found him legit. Like, I didn't even have to use amiibo cards to get Pietro. I could have, but I didn't. I straight up did find him. Hey, Audie. Oh, hey, youngin. How you been? I haven't seen you around. Have you been avoiding me? You goof. I'm always happy to chat with you. You want to practice being a pop star together? Hanging out at a home is Trace Fab. Gives you time to just unwind. The magazine called Cooking and Meditation Weekly said cooking is a great way for leveling up your mind. Since I can't cook, I've played Super Chef RPG 4 for 24 hours. Now I feel more sleepy than relaxed. Yeah, we got some good villagers. Admittedly, I did want to have one of every type of villager, and that didn't happen. I think we're missing one. I think we're missing Sisterly. But we did get every other type. And we got some... It's funny, because in the original series, we had way more female than we had male villagers. we had like 8 females to 2 males. Now it's the exact opposite. Now it's 3 females to 7 males. Buongiorno, hashtag. I've been brushing up on my Spanish since we last met. What's up? When I look back at the choices I've made throughout my life, I have to admit, they were always right. Ever since I was a young squirrel, my gran has gotten me anything I wanted for my birthday. Talk about high-stakes decisions. One year I made a 6 pro and con list and spent months researching the trendy toys on the market. When I finally unwrapped that brand new camera case, I knew I would cherish it for all time. Huh. Whatever happened to that old camera case? The point is, those decisions made me who I am today. And let's be honest, the results speak for themselves, sweetie. That's cute, Marshall. That's good. Have you ever seen that? There's an animation where it's like a villager, just like a person, like when the game came out, they go up and they talk to their villagers, and the villager like realizes that they're like a simulation, but they're still like happy because, you know, they just happen to be at the same place as us at the same time and got to meet us. And it's heart-wrenching. It's so good. Welcome, guests, to Peck's famous gym. I swear his house is missing something. Folks always tell me that my room balance is off since I randomly display stuff. Yeah, his room balance... Again, I feel like there should be something right there. Joke's on them, though. I have a perfectly physical balance, so it all evens out in the end. Yeah, I feel like there should be something right here. Maybe I took that something. But yeah, so... What do I think of Animal Crossing now, a year later? A year after it ended and with the 2.0 update? I like it. I still think it's a good game. I still have a lot of fun with it. But I'm ready to be done with it. I've been ready for a while now. But that doesn't change the fact that it's a really good game. Here with the mess. What you doing? Orange wall-mounted clock. There was so much cooking I wanted to do as well that just never happened, but it's fine. We got to make pancakes. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. I'm really happy with how this ended. You know, we have a good island. We're lucky. Sure, was there more we could have done? Always. But that doesn't make me regret anything we did do. And I guess that takes us to our final stop, back at the house. So I guess let's go through the house one more time. And then we'll call it a day. For, yeah, a lovely game. If you've never played Animal Crossing, I of course recommend it. I say, you can do whatever you want. Do you want to play 1,000 hours in a month? Go ahead. Do you want to play every day? Or do you want to time travel? Go right ahead. Not for me, but you do you. But for me, playing an hour a day has been more than satisfactory. Maybe even less than that. Maybe even 30 minutes is more than enough. But it's the 2.0 update added a lot. It's really special. It didn't fix everything, but it added more. And the Happy Home Paradise is huge. That's just a huge addition. That really just does add a second game to it. So let's look around the house. We have our beta fish who I think got named Sarah eventually. It was without a name for the longest time. We have our turtle Lyre, who used to play, a harp, now plays the piano. Talented musician. I like this house. Well, when I originally made this room, I didn't love it. I had some problems with it. Having lived in it for probably a month now, at least maybe even 2. I like it. I enjoy it. I think it works really well. I think it's a good room. It's simple, but it's effective. Next up, this is the clothing room. The clothing room has not changed. Nope, this room seriously has not changed since the finale. Not once. I didn't add anything, I didn't take anything away. It has been exactly the same since the finale. But that's fine, it serves its purpose. And I like it. Could I do it better? Probably, but I like it. I like it enough. And then over here we have the bathroom. I was resistant to making a bathroom for the longest time. Because everyone's Animal Crossing house has a main room, a kitchen, and a bathroom. But I finally gave in, and I was like, let's make a bathroom. I made it pretty and pink. I like the shower. I think the shower's fun. That's good. I think it looks pretty good as well. And yeah, the bathroom's nice. I like the pink aesthetic. The blue adds some nice accent to it. It's a very simple... Of course, we have a bidet, which bidets are amazing if you don't know. But yeah, the bathroom is very simple, but I like it. It's effective. It does what it needs to. And then we have upstairs. Now, for the kitchen, once we got the walls, I did add in a wall. Because I think it just made sense to have a wall. We needed a wall somewhere. And while I did like the open kitchen design, I don't hate this design either. And while I did want to put some counters or something here, that never happened, but it was fine. Honestly, I didn't play around with walls and counters as much as I wanted to. Like, I had a wall in my living room for the longest time, which I think it's this wall. Yeah, for all the potential walls add, they do have some limitations. I do like the cookie jar, but this room hasn't really changed that much. We do have Squeakoids eating pancakes with us. Yeah, I love the Squeakoids so much. They're like my favorite. These little guys are like my favorite. Of all the gyroids, they're the best ones. So it's cool to have the little Squeakoids here. Yeah, I like this room. It's all for the longest time. It was my favorite room in the house. The upstairs and downstairs rooms are always bigger. Yep, every room has a different size, and the upstairs and downstairs are always bigger. They're longer. Then in our basement we have our dispensary. Originally this was a lab for doing some cooking, not that kind of cooking, and then we changed it into our. It's not a dispense. It's called. It's got a specific name. I don't remember what it's called. It's a farm, I mean. But yeah, this was something I have wanted to do since day one. This was one of those projects that I wanted to do on the first day, and it just wasn't possible. And then the 2.0 update made it possible. Is it perfect? No. Like I really should have fixed this at some point. But I really like how this room came out. I like everything about it, the aesthetics, I honestly think this is the best room in the house. It's simple, yet very effective. I love it so much. And then that leaves one. Let's head to the back, shall we? So here we have my room, which is based on my real room. Like, that's why it looks the way it does, because it's based on my real room. Right? Like, I built a bookshelf in December, so now there's a bookshelf in this room. These sheets, same sheets as my real bed. Desk arrangement, yep. Closet, yep. I mean, it's not one for one, it's not perfect, mind you, but it's good enough. It's good enough. I like it. It's got my favorite Easter egg on the island, which is right here. Yep, I think that's so funny. But yeah, I like this room. It's very simple, but I like it. I do. And that's the end. Yeah, Animal Crossing New Horizons. A good game. My opinion, the best Animal Crossing game. And the 2.0 update cements that for me. Does the game still have problems? Oh, of course. But as someone who has played the game basically every day for 730 days, I say it's the best game in the series. I love it a lot. I think it's really special. And I'm glad, the original 365 days, I was happy. I was like, yeah, this is, it was challenging at points. But I was like, I'm glad I did it. Doing another 125 days, it went fine. you know, I'm glad there were some things I'm really glad I did. They're like fixing up the living room, doing the basement. Oh, that makes me so happy. I would have loved to have finished the museum, but it doesn't always happen like that, you know. You take and you give. But I'm happy where we're ending off, you know. I'm ready to move on, do other things. But I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. I'm glad I came back. Would I come back for a third time? No. Even if the game updates again in the future, I have no intention of coming back. Maybe. Maybe we'll do like a one-off thing, like a Christmas special, right? Maybe that'll happen. But at the moment, I have no intention to come back. Maybe if they, you know how like Happy Home Paradise was a whole new game? Maybe if in like November they released the third DLC, which is like a whole new game, maybe I'd come back, but at the moment I have no plans to. Like there is no, I'm not going to say there's no way to bring me back. But whereas like when the original series ended and I was like one day I will return. This series ends and I have no intention to return. Not saying it, I don't think it'll happen. And like I said, I'm ready to move on to other games, do other things. I'm ready to not have to worry about streaming Animal Crossing every day. Because it really does take, sitting down to play Animal Crossing every day really does take a lot out of you. Like, it doesn't seem like it, but having to hit that deadline every day, I know I missed a few days, and not kind of, like, I just didn't stream for a few days, so I kind of missed a few days, but it's still, even, those were because I was sick, or because, you know, it was Christmas. I didn't actually, like, I didn't, like, was like, yeah, I'm just not going to stream today. But it definitely does take a lot. There was a thing I saw yesterday where it was like, when you get like burnout, when you get feelings of burnout, it can take up to like 2 years to get over those feelings. And yeah. And while I would say I'm kind of burnt out on Animal Crossing, I don't know, there's always more to do. There's always more fun to be had, but that's in other games. And that's it when they make Animal Crossing Enter the Spider-Verse, will I be back for the sequel? Yeah, totally. But for New Horizons, I'm done. So, last time, when the original 365 days ended, I made a special animated music video. Right? I did something special. And for today, for this being the second time we are ending off Animal Crossing, I thought, it only makes sense to do another special one. Admittedly, I do not think this one is as good as the original. The original idea that come along with me from Adventure Time is, I think, still amazing. I still love that video so much. But I think this new one is also good. I like it. I do. Now, I'm going to show a version. I made 3 versions of it. The version you're about to see right now, which just uses music from the game Animal Crossing. So, right, there's no copyright music. But on my YouTube, there are 2 other versions of it. There's a version in English and a version in Japanese, because the song I used is from an anime. So there's an English and a Japanese, and those versions have been up for the past 10 minutes, 11 minutes. Yeah, they should already be up on YouTube. I haven't actually checked to see if they are, but they should be. So yeah, if you want to go check those out, right now is a good time to do that. Let's see, do I have... there's a link to one of them in the chat right now. But I'm going to play... You can go watch those. If you're watching this on like a VOD on YouTube or a VOD on Twitch, there'll be a link in the description to them, to the actual real versions. But I've got a royalty-free version that I'm going to play for you right now. And we're going to end off. So with that, as the final words of Animal Crossing. Yeah, it's been 730 days. But it truly was special. I've done a lot. I've met a lot of wonderful people. I want to thank everyone who's ever stopped by, either today or at any point in the past 2 years. It's been very special. It's been a very big moment. And I thank you all for joining me for it. With that, I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Until next time, peace.